They say the game is to be sold, not told. You don't know who this man is right here? I'm gonna teach you something today. Y'all already know this finna be a banger. On December 11, 1974, in Chula Vista, California, a king was born. Standing only at 5'6", 175 pounds. We did not know that this man would have an illustrious career the way that he did. At the age of 8 years old, Rey Mysterio was so infatuated with wrestling, he started training himself under his uncle, Rey Mysterio Sr. Now, I know what you're thinking. Key, how does his uncle, but he got his name? I don't know. That's just my research that I got. At the age of 14 years old, Rey Mysterio started wrestling professionally in Mexico. My boy was little as hell, but he packed the punch. A lot of people really didn't believe in Rey Mysterio because of his small frame. They felt like you didn't weigh that much. You a little pretty boy. You know, they would really give him flack for this. And this would be down to his whole career. I don't know. They probably would hate because Rey could take that old lady if he really wanted to. I'm just keeping it a bean, dog. Now, at the age of 14, Rey Mysterio met a guy by the name of Eddie Guerrero, and they would become longtime friends. Even having some of the most legendary battles with each other. You know, they really groomed each other. Well, in 1995, Paul Heyman ended up calling Rey Mysterio and said, you know what? I got something for you. Why don't you come to ECW and you fight over here for me? I got all types of opportunities for you, and I think you'll love it over here. But once again, he gets over there, and none of his peers really respect him. They don't respect the babyface. They don't respect the way that you small. They don't respect how you coming. That shit was kind of sad, folks. To the point where Tommy Dreamer thought he was a woman. Allegedly, they say Tommy Dreamer wanted to ask Rey out on a date. Type timing this nigga on, man. Well, things ain't get better for Rey, because in WCW Nitro, it was the same thing as in ECW. Once again, nobody respected this man, you feel me? To the point where he was just like, bro, I ain't really trying to rock with y'all like that, you feel me? Like, come on, man, I came here to do the same thing y'all doing. Don't treat me like that, because I'm small, folk. Well, Eric Bischoff had this bright-ass idea and was like, you know what, Rey? I think it'll be good if you take off your mask, folk. Rey like, nah, bro, like, this my uncle, man, folk. Like, when I got the mask on, I feel in tune with not only myself, with my uncle and my heritage. Like, what you on? So October 26, 1997, this was the match that Rey was supposed to be taking his mask off with Eddie Guerrero. But Eddie told Rey, listen, just come up here and fight. We're not gonna take your mask off. I'll talk to Eric Bischoff. We good, kinfolk. And they had one of the most legendary matches of all time. I'm talking about Rey was doing stuff in the ring that a lot of people was not doing. And so many people was fascinated by it, they just didn't want to give that man his props. I mean, come on, who's sitting up there jumping off the top rope and shit, doing a goddamn me twist, backflip, DDT? Like, come on, bro. Once again, Razor Ramon gonna ask him, what's the whole purpose of the match, Rey? And Rey telling this man, bro, it's my heritage. Well, shit, you look good, like you look pretty, boy, you might as well just take the mask off, bro. They made Rey take the mask off anyway. It wasn't by force, though, right? Eric Bischoff was like, I think you should still take the mask off. You can tell by the look in this man's face, he was so disgusted by this shit, folks. They even had Rey wrestling without the mask for a couple months, bro. I mean, come on, like, that don't even look like the Rey we know growing up. Like, what type timing they was on, folks? After a while, he started getting hooked on pain pills, you know what I'm saying? Because, fuck, wrestling, bro, it take a toll on your body, man. Old boy ended up getting hit with a whole bunch of charges, and these are just a couple wrestlers that he had prescribed different type of pills to, right? Well, Rey was so real, he kept it a bean all the way throughout. They wanted Rey to testify, and Rey was like, bro, I ain't never bought no drugs from this man, no steroids, no none of that. Shit, Rey kept it solid. Throughout Rey's career, Eddie Guerrero was always in his corner. Even though they painted that little storyline about the whole Eddie could be Dom's child and all this and that and third. But that was just a storyline. These two dudes grew up with each other in this company. So when Rey lost Eddie, it really took a toll on his body, and he really got really heavy in the prescription pills. Like, understand what I'm telling y'all when I say that these two was like two peas in a pod. Even though all that happened, he never let that stop him from being a great wrestler. So in the Royal Rumble match, Ray ended up winning the Royal Rumble match, and he had his eyes set on WrestleMania 22. In WrestleMania 22, Ray went against Kurt Angle and Randy Orton. And we already know what happened. Foe ended up getting that belt, holding that bit up proud for EG, you feel me? Understanding that Ray really was a dog, I don't think people, if you didn't watch this man wrestle, bro, you do not understand when I say Ray had that dog in him. But just like anything, what goes up must come down. And he had a lot of knee injuries. So Ray went to Vince and was like, look, I'm having a lot of knee problems and stuff. I'm really bad off on these pills. Let me get some time. Let me go to rehab. Let me get right. And Vince was like, it take a real man for somebody to really say that. I'm good. November 15th, 2011, in San Diego, his hometown. Ray comes out there after he he came from rehab, after he got his knee fixed. On this particular move right here, he tore his ACL, MCL, snapped ligaments, all types of shit. But Ray kept fighting though. Even when he hit that 619, folks, it was not enough. And he ended up losing. After that, Ray was in the hospital for a while. The doctor was like, bro, that shit was hanging by a thread. So Ray was really hospitalized in San Diego. But you know, that never stopped a real one. Cause he came back out in that bit like he was just, what? Hey, don't play with that man, folks. This was one of my favorite moves. When Ray hit that 619 on your ass, boy. Booyaka, booyaka. Ray was like, you know what? I'm gonna retire from WWE, go back to my roots, and I want to wrestle in Mexico. And so he did. But on this particular night, man, it was this one guy who was really famous in the Mexican wrestling culture. And Ray ended up kicking him to do the 619. He broke some ligaments in his neck, and basically he died right there in the ring. They had to finish the match because that's protocol, and ended up finding out that as soon as his neck hit the rope, he died. A lot of people was trying to blame Ray for this man's death, and that really weighed heavy on Ray Hart. You have to understand, Ray done lost EG, which is Eddie Guerrero. Now he lost this guy, and everybody's saying, oh, it's manslaughter, we should take him to jail. Like, you have to understand that when Ray was young, he was young. This one, Ray was super young fighting, and that's that same guy right there. Come on, man. This was his funeral right here, man. But understanding the power of wrestling, anything can happen. And Ray said, you know what? He will want me to continue wrestling, so I'm gonna continue wrestling. Y'all not gonna make me retire because of this. Now, some rumors had came up about Rey Mysterio and Jennifer Aniston, you know, saying that they had a little affair and everything, you feel me? But understand that Ray was a solid ass dude. They just be, when people be hating on you for, they always want to throw some little dumbass shit in the media, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie though, she was looking good right there though, you feel me? Now I'm just saying, Ray's son and his daughter end up really getting into the WWE scene, and this is Ray's son, Dominic Mysterio, right here. Ray was like, you know what? I want to help my son blossom, so I'm gonna go back to WWE. I'm gonna do some matches with him, and I'm gonna groom him, just like Eddie groomed me. Understanding that him losing his friends, him seeing his sons grow up in the WWE, him having all these pains, that really brought that dog up out of Rey Mysterio to let people know that not only was he there to stay, but he was serious, folks. Because you know they say, don't matter if you big or small, folks. So go out there and show him what time it is with you. And that's exactly what he did. He stamped any and everything he ever did. Even when people told him, you too small, you a pretty boy, you ain't big and strong like all the rest of these dudes. Rey Mysterio said, you know what? I got something better than that. Because the game is to be sold, not told. Just keeping it a beam. Rey Mysterio, in my eyes, was one of the best Mexican fighters that transitioned and came over to the WWE. He brought that wave for guys who was too small, who people felt like, oh, this style of wrestling is not gonna work. Rey Mysterio shed a light on all that, and through all the controversy, through all the talking, the shenanigans, through all that man persevered. And now he is one of the greatest wrestlers to ever step foot in the ring. I'm just keeping it a beam, because the game is to be sold, not told. For real, for real.